guys, it's Kristen. Welcome back. I know we've been gone for a little while, but we had Kayla's birthday to celebrate. She just turned 10 and we went away for a little while and celebrated her birthday, but we're back. Well, I'm back anyway. She is still in the midst of her birthday celebrations, spending a couple of nights with her aunts. So I am flying solo and figured it would be a great time to do another resin video. So you will have seen, hopefully, the video where I made this cheese board. I've already done one layer of resin on it, but I'm going to do another. I try to do at least 2 layers of resin for the cheese boards. So I'm going to resin this one tonight. And I also have another board that I'm going to resin that I did not film being made, but it is my first commission cheese board. And it is a big one. Look how big this thing is. I can barely fit it in the screen. So this cheese board was a commission, and I painted it with piggies. Look at how sparkly it is in the light. I love these colors. So I'm going to also resin this one. And I'm going to show you how I go about resining the cheese boards. Alright, so I'm anticipating this video needing to be heavily edited, but I do want to go over all of the supplies that you'll need to resin anything, basically. First being the resin. So I do use KS resin, and I use the Liquid Art Ultra UV epoxy. It comes in 2 parts, the resin and the hardener. You use them in equal parts for this. I also have my respirator mask. I got this off Amazon. Whenever you're working with resin, you want to use a respirator mask. I have my gloves, I have my cups, and my stir sticks. I also use a Sharpie to mark the cups to make sure that I'm using equal amounts. And that's about it. I have my heat gun, which I'll use after to pop the bubbles. And I'm not gonna go through exactly step by step how I pour the resin and all that stuff. I do have a video where I do that in detail, and I will put the link to that video in the description box if you guys want to see how I go about really step by step doing resin. But this is going to be more specific to how to do these cheese boards. So first and foremost, when I design and create the cheese board pattern, I do cut out the pattern into multiple layers of tape. And in the video where I painted this, I show you how I go about doing that. So this is the pattern that matches this cheese board. And what I do before I resin anything is I take a baby wipe and I wipe the area down, because any oils, including oils from your fingertips, is going to interfere with the resin. So I baby wipe it and let it air dry. And once that's dry, I will put the tape on, and then I will most likely add some music at some point because I'm going to have my respirator on while I'm mixing and working with the resin, but I'll talk through as much as I can. Okay, so I think in the other video that I made, I showed you how I kind of fold over the ends of the tape just to make them easier to grab. You can see this is folded over, so I can just peel it back. So it makes it easy to get to the different layers. So I've already, like I said, put 1 layer of resin. I'm going to put another layer, and that should be good enough. So the first layer of resin actually came pretty far down from the tape. So I just want to make sure that I leave enough room for the second layer. That should be okay. So you just want to press that on firmly. You can use a stir stick to kind of make sure that it sticks well. That should be good. I'm also going to tape up this other one while I'm at it. So I will wipe it down first. And this is the cutout I have for this one. See, it lines up nicely there. So I'm just gonna let that dry a little bit. So you'll see on this tape, I also have multiple layers that should easily peel off. And having the ends folded over also makes it easier to grab and pull when you're ready to take it off. So that's nice. So that one is all ready to go as well. All right, so I'm most likely gonna put some music on while I have the respirator on, since you won't be able to hear me anyway. I just use these paper cups to prop up the board as I'm resining. All right, and I'm gonna get to work. Thank you for joining us on this Monday night for our Locomotion train. Before me was acrylic painting with Julie E. at 6:30, and then pouring together with Lance Travis at 7. Coming up next at 8 o'clock Eastern Time is Angie Mason from Angie Mason Fluid Art, and she'll be doing a live tonight. So please stick around and join us all for Angie's Live. Okay, so here I'm combining the two parts of the resin and the hardener. And once combined, you want to mix thoroughly for 3 to 4 minutes, and I'll speed that up. Okay, so here's the heat gun that I use. I got it, I think, from Home Depot. It's a $25 heat gun, but it works great. Okay, so I'm just pouring the resin on generously. Better to have a little bit too much than not enough. In the beginning, I used to not use enough resin because I didn't want to waste it, so to speak, and I was left with some bare areas. So now I tend to be very generous when applying it so that I ensure a nice even coverage. I believe I've already doubled up on my right glove because I will use my hand to spread it out and make sure that all of the areas are covered well enough. So here I'll take my heat gun and I will move it rather quickly back and forth across the entire area. You don't want to hold the heat in any one area for too long because you will burn the resin. I tend to get a little bit close, but I do keep it moving quickly so that I don't burn anything. And I do several passes just to make sure that all the bubbles are popped. This will also heat the resin up a little bit and make it a little bit more fluid. And I find that that helps to keep it nice and smooth as well. So here's a close-up of how it looks. I still have quite a bit of resin left, as you can see. I added some TLP Golden Harvest to it and just poured it in a mold. So once I'm done, I take my camera and I turn the flash on and I kind of run it over just to see that there are no dust pieces or hairs or anything. Sometimes there's some remnants from the baby wipe left over, and I'll just take a skewer and I will pick it out and then pass the heat gun over it again just to heat it up to smooth it over to make sure that everything is all even. So I leave this on for about an hour and a half, hour and 45 minutes before I come back and peel the tape off. So I will catch you guys in just a sec and I will show you how I do that. Okay everyone, it's been about an hour and a half. So I'm gonna go ahead and peel the tape off. I'm just gonna turn this around. So like I said before, having the tape kind of folded over allows you to just easily grab it from the back and peel it off. And I'm just gonna go slowly with this. I'm just trying to peel straight up. So that looks nice. Oh, I just ripped through my glove. Oh, look at that. Yeah, nice. All right, so let's see if you can see how neat it looks. Nice clean line there. All right, so I'm just gonna put that down and that will stay nice there. Oh, I gotta change this glove. Actually, I'm gonna go ahead and move this whole board so I can have some more room to work with the other one. Okay, so now on to the big one. I'm gonna move you guys over just a little bit so you can see a little bit better. Okay, so I moved the camera a little bit. I have the lights a little bit closer. So hopefully you guys can see. I'm gonna leave it the way it is. And I'm going to start on this end and kind of just reach around to the back. Oh, I just ripped the tape because the cup is in the way. So let me lift it up a little bit. Let's start on this side. The lamp is going to get in the way. I'm just going to, there we go, that's much easier. All right, so I was able to grab the tape from this end pretty easily. And I'm just going to pull slowly straight up. Waiting the hour and a half gives the resin enough time to thicken up and start to harden so that it won't move anymore once the tape is removed. Alright, and if I do need to clean up the resin in any spots, I'll take a Q-tip and soak it with some of the alcohol, which I think I'm going to do over on this side because a little bit of the resin came up underneath the tape. But otherwise it looks really good. I'll show you what it looks like close up. Okay, so here it is close up. Forgive the glare of the lights. But you can see how nice and smooth that line came out. The resin looks really pretty. We have a little bit right here, you can kind of see a little bit of it bled underneath the tape, but I'm not going to worry about that. My second coat of resin will come down a little bit further from this one and hopefully just cover that right up. If this was my second coat of resin, I might be OCD and take a Q-tip to that and try to clean it up, but I'm not going to worry about it right now. So that's how it looks with the resin, nice and sparkly. Okay, well, thank you guys for joining me for this video. I appreciate you all being here. If you haven't already, please give us a thumbs up. Leave a comment too. We'd love to hear from you. If you haven't already, please consider subscribing to our channel. And thanks again for joining us on this Monday Night Locomotion train. If you haven't already seen the other videos from the other artists in the train, please go back and watch. I'll leave the links in the description box. It's acrylic painting with Julie E, pouring together with Lance Travis, and Angie Mason Fluid Art. Thanks again. Have a good night, everyone. Till next time. Bye.